It's the Monday Night Results Show. Just the results, and nothing but the results. From this past weekend's race at your favorite racetracks, if you're looking for a lot of happy talk and fluff, tune into the Disney Channel. And now,
y'all ready for this?
The man with a mind for statistics. Unfortunately, those statistics are usually odds on the ponies in Vegas. Mitch, the Dr. Walker.
All right, welcome back to the Monday Night Results Show. It is a stormy night here in Northwest Georgia, but I'll tell you what, we ain't going to let that slow us down. We ain't going to let that stop us. And just to kick it off like we always do, now with our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Now, in case you haven't noticed, or in case you've been living under a rock or something for the past couple of weeks, we have got a killer show lined up for tonight. I am excited about it. Got a young man. I say a young man. I'm not going to testify to his age. Mr. Perry Kinard, who owns Doug's Towing, Cheyenne, Wyoming. He is going to be joining us on the show. Also got a young hot shoe out of Cochran, Georgia, Mr. Will Harrington. He is going to be joining us here in just a little bit. And we got results from Big Country, Heart of Texas, 411 Speedway, Cotton Bowl, North Georgia, I-75, New Sanoa, Dixie, Hickory. We got a ton of results. And we've also got a little tribute that I'm going to do here in just a little bit. Young man who's been on the show quite a few times, very dear friend of mine, just like a brother of a different mother. Mr. Gary McCullough is the owner and founder of the Track Pro Safety Team. He has decided this past weekend that he's no longer going to be suiting up. He is moving into let's call it an administrative role. I know that it's going to be tough on him, but old Hot Dog he's still got a lot of work to do, and he's got a lot of things going on. He's just not going to be suiting up every Saturday night. But we're going to get into that just a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We've got some stuff going with results. We have got opinions. We're going to delve into some protest rules or some protest ideas that I want to throw out there and get some people to thinking about. Also, we're going to be talking about some rule enforcements, whether it's selective or whether they're actually playing by the book. We'll be looking at that a little bit later on in the show. But, man, I tell you what, great racing all over the place, all over the Southeast. Had a lot of good tracks getting in. Dixie got in. We've also got Dixie's results.
Just the facts and none of the bull.
Radio edit.
It's the Monday Night Results Show with the Doctor, only on the Performance Motorsports Network.
All right, welcome back. And, in racing, one of the struggles that every racer goes through is getting started. It takes quite a chunk of change to put a race car together, and it don't matter whether you're putting together a super late model or a front wheel drive car. It don't matter. Getting everything organized, getting everything put together, and getting a car built safe, getting all your safety equipment, all of this, it's a daunting task, and it is a full-time job, if you really want to do it and do it right. Out in Wyoming, there is a gentleman who runs a tow service at Big Country Speedway. He does all the towing out there. This young man has taken this task on of helping drivers get started. And we're getting ready to talk to him. Joining us right now on the show, Mr. Perry Kinard. Perry, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
Great, sir. How you doing?
Man, I'm finding a frog hair split 3 ways and sanded.
Sounds good.
Now, Firstly, we're under severe thunderstorm warnings down here in Northwest Georgia. How are you guys doing out there weather-wise?
Oh, right now it's sunny 80 degrees, and we ain't expected rain until probably Wednesday and Thursday. Then we have some rain coming in. As you know, right before races get ready to start, we get this rainstorm coming in. But right now we're okay. Our weather looks pretty good.
Well, that's great. I was just looking online a while ago, and one of our local tracks up here, Cleveland Speedway, their track guy, the guy who maintains their track, Chad Elliott, posted some pictures that he said he didn't know if they were going to race stock cars or kayaks this weekend, but Cleveland was going to be racing one way or the other. Now, Perry, I know that you've got an accent that kind of tells a story. Tell us a little bit about Perry Kinard.
Well, I was born and raised in Georgia, raised around racing, raised around moonshiners, and how everything got started there. So that's how I first got really into it. I just started learning from there, and I was born and bred in the state where everything started. So
yes, sir, it sure does. And you mentioned moonshine. Here in a couple of weeks, we're going to be breaking some news here on the show about a project that a dear friend of mine, Todd Morris, has been undertaking, and we have been working on. And there's going to be we're going to do some revelations. We're going to be letting some people know about some things that's happened in the world of racing years ago. But now let's get back to present day. Perry, I know you run a tow company out there, and you run the tow truck at the racetrack on race nights, and you're involved in it. You're around it. And Amanda, who joined us on the show a couple of weeks ago, was telling us that you have even taken and put a few cars together, and then just took and put people in these cars just to see if they liked racing.
Yes, sir. Done that. I wound up building about 6 of them, and let the kids enjoy them from ages 12 right on up. And they want to get involved in racing. They watch it and just don't have the money and stuff. And we have cars that just sit in our lot, and I just one day we was watching, and it was just 2 cars going around out there. People don't like to go see 2 cars go around the racetrack, so I said, we need to do something about this. So I just took it upon myself and started building cars and putting people in them. And now it's built from 2 cars, anywhere from 10 to 12 every night, and everybody's following suit, and it's got to be a big thing at Big Country Speedway now, and everybody's enjoying it, and a lot of the kids is learning how to drive more, and it's just fun to be around it.
Well, Paul, Perry, I think that's one of the greatest things that I've heard in a long time. I mean, to find somebody who is sharing and benefiting the sport like you're doing, and coming from being around cars all my life, I know how the tow business works, and every now and then you get a car that sits an impound for 100 years, and these are the cars that you're taking and putting out there and putting together and getting these guys started in it. Well, when you first come up with this idea, did you ever stop and think, man, what am I doing?
Yeah, several times. My wife, she sort of got on me a little bit about that. She said, "What in the world are you thinking?" I said, "Well, we got to keep this place alive. We want to keep it going. You love the racetrack, so do I. We need cars. We need things going, and the more cars we get, the more people we can get interested, the longer we can stay open, and it's fun for everybody." So, yeah, I did. It, like you said, earlier, it takes time and it takes money. It doesn't matter what you build.
You're so right, Perry. Now, one of the things that I was wondering of how long have you been doing this?
For the last 5 years now, I've been doing it. Since,
okay,
now the track, so.
In this 5 years, of all the people that you have put in cars, have any of them taken and went on their own and built another car on their own and started moving up the ranks?
Yes, they have. I've had a couple of my drivers do that, and they're running super stocks now, and they started out in my little class, and now they got to where they was learning about cars, and they won championships with my cars, and they moved up. And so we help sponsor them in that too. It's not a little bit of money. We find parts for them, get them parts, get them tires, and keep them going. And so they moving up the ranks now.
Well, Perry, one of the things that I can't help but think, I sit and I think about this and about you doing that. I bet, and I'll step out on a limb on this one. I bet that come the end of race night, when you see one of these guys that you've brought into it and given this opportunity, when they do good, who really enjoys that more, you or the driver?
Well, I don't know. I think I get more excitement out of it than the driver does when I see one of my cars. I put it together and put a rookie driver or something in there and turn them loose and let them go, let them have fun, let them rub fenders and stuff and see what it's like. And I get enjoyment out of it. I think I get the biggest kick out of it, really. And we go down and have our picture made, especially when they do good. And we talk about the sponsors and how we do what. So it's really fun. I get a big kick out of it myself.
Well, now, Perry, when you look back over the past 5 years of you doing this, do you have any special memories that step out, that really stand out, things that have happened that you'll always remember?
Well, yeah, we've had some really young kids that's been into races, and they wanted to get into racing, and we helped finance them. We got some guys that we got started, and they came to us, and we got some old cars and put them together, and now they've gone on to bigger and better things. They race Grand American Modifieds now, and they've got really good at it. That's something that I'm really proud of them. They think that they just started with a little 4-cylinder car with us, and we sponsored them and helped them get to where they at right now. That's some good fond memories there of these guys that's doing that now, and see them want to keep right on moving up. And they run at a NASCAR track down in Denver. They have a NASCAR track in Denver, and they run their modifieds down there, and they do real well. Matter of fact, he won a couple of championships with one of our cars, and when he got in the modified, the second year he was in the modified class down there, second or third year, I can't remember, he won the championship in the modifieds down there, and he was thankful for everything that we helped him get done and let him get the opportunity to learn to set cars and run cars, and now he's moving right on up, and that's a really good feeling there.
Oh, I bet it is. Now, Perry, do any of your drivers that you've had working with you before, have any of them come back and kind of paid it forward, I guess? Have any of them helped other drivers along the way?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of them. Neil, he drove for me, and now he drives a super stock that moved up, and now he's taking another one of our cars and put his son in it. His son is learning to drive, and doing really well. And then I have my grandson in one, and he's helped out, and he's learning to drive. And my son-in-law, they all come in, and it's a family affair. We like a big family down here, and we all get along, and it's just a hometown track, and it's just fun to be around.
Well, Perry, I think that's one of the things that makes the sport what it is. I mean, whether it's dirt, whether it's pavement, whether it's lawnmowers, bar stools, snowmobiles, it don't matter what it is. I find that in your grassroots type racing, I think the camaraderie and the family atmosphere that it presents, I think that's one of the things that makes the sport shine like it does.
Yes, sir. I agree with you 100%. It does, and it makes it fun, and it doesn't matter. You spend a lot, but you get a lot more back out of it. It's give and take, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. It sure is. Now, real quick, let's get a plug in for your towing company there.
Yeah, this is our towing service is called Doug's Towing, and we've been in business for over 30 years, and it's owned by my wife. Let me put that in there. And
oh yeah, got to get that part in.
So yeah, we contribute to the races every week, and you know, we use our trucks and our guys, and we wouldn't have it any other way. But Doug Stone is proud to be a part of it, and they wouldn't want any other towing service out there but us, because they've tried before, and they didn't like the way they handled them cars. So we've been out there doing it for so long, it's just home to us.
Well, I tell you what, Perry, I appreciate you coming on the show tonight, and man, best of luck in all you do, and keep those young drivers in good race cars, and you keep doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you for having me on, and we appreciate it, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing, hopefully as long as I can.
Perry Kinard, I'll get that right in a minute.
Thank
you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Cheyenne, Wyoming's own Doug's Towing. If you need a tow and you're in Cheyenne, that's the man to call. Just look him up and tell him you heard about him here on the Monday Night Results Show.
They say numbers don't lie, but we found that with a little tequila and some weed, the timing and scoring people will. Wading through the fog, it's the doctor.
All right, welcome back. And, you know, we mentioned it earlier, you know, there's lots of things going on. And I just looked at the radar. We have a lull. I think the big man upstairs is a fan of the Monday Night Results Show, because he has kind of put the big thunderstorms and severe thunderstorm warnings that we were getting, he kind of put them on hold. And I think we're going to have plenty of time to squeeze the show in here in between these rows of storms. But looking forward. Young man that we had on the show to kick the show off tonight, Mr. Perry Kinard, out at Big Country Speedway. Well, let's do Big Country's results. Big Country Speedway, Cheyenne, Wyoming, in the Warrior division. It was Charles Weeks taking the win over Colby Shootman. Eric Phelps was third. Jerron Schmidt was fourth. Gage Nealis was fifth. Dakota Titus was sixth. Kyle Padullo was seventh, and Marcus Kelly was eighth. In the super stocks, it was J.D. Ellis taking the win over Neil Copperhaven. Natalie Phelps was third. James Hindergart was fourth. Mark Kelly was fifth. Raymond Hansen was sixth. Dustin Camp was seventh. Amanda Pandulo was eighth. Robin Kelly was ninth. Clyde Blanton was 10th. And Dustin Shoup rounded out the 11-car field. In the late models, it was Krista Burskirk taking the win over Scott Lang. And in the Pro 4 modifieds, only 2 cars there, and they're related. Number 30 and number 20, Gary Bonanitabus. I'll have to get correction on how to spell that. Amanda, I'm sure, will hook me up and get me that. But the second one was Tommy Bonanitabus. I'll go with that, and we'll leave it at that. That's how they run them out at Big Country Speedway. Now, Big Country Speedway has a big race coming up this coming weekend. It is the, let me get this right. Let me pull it up here. The PMG Grand American Modified Super Series rolls into Big Country Speedway this coming weekend, June the 13th. Registration for the Grand American Modifieds is $95. For the drivers, $35 for the crew members. Qualifying, all the rules and everything, you can find those at Big Country Speedway, Wyoming, bigcountryspeedwaywy.com. They have a Facebook page, so you can go by there and check them out. Get all the information that you need right there at Big Country Speedway, and we want to thank them for being part of the show each and every week. Great bunch of people out there, and it was a pleasure to get to talk to Perry Kinard this morning, while we're going to the first part of the show. Great things that he's got going on out there with Doug's Towing, and the way he's taking young people and getting them their first shot in a car. Just tickles me to death that they can do that, you know, and still be out there and getting these people a chance to get out there and go racing. Have a good time, everybody. My name's Mitch Walker. It's been fun, but we got to run. It's the Monday Night Results Show. with me, Mitch Walker, your host, right here exclusively every Monday night on Performance Motorsports Network.
Y'all ready for this?
The Monday Night Results Show is a copyrighted production of the Performance Motorsports Network. www.performancemotorsportsnetwork.com, a member of the Scorpion Radio Group, Inc., and may not be rebroadcast, replicated, or saved in any media without the explicit written permission of PMN. Check out our Facebook page or our section on the PMN website. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host, co-host, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of the management and ownership of either PMN or Scorpion Radio Group, Inc., the advertisers, or the marketing partners. If you would like to hear the results from your local track, or you are a track owner or a promoter and want us to cover your venue, give us a call during normal business hours, 717-749-0444. IM us on our Facebook page or email us at performancemotorsportsnetwork@gmail.com. Be listening again next week as we are talking results on the Monday Night Results Show with the Doctor. For the Monday Night Results Show, I'm Big Mike.